Northland Ford dealers. Visit your local Northland Ford dealer or go to northlandford.com. And by Menards. Save big money on all your home improvement needs at Menards.
We got a little afternoon baseball for you here on this shiny Sunday in downtown Minneapolis. Twins and Tigers, as the Twins try to salvage a win here against the Tigers at home on Fox Sports North. I'm Robbie and Smikowski. Thanks for joining us. Brian Dunsing, unprecedented on a 5-game losing streak. He's lost all 5 of his starts here in the month of August. Clearly, he has been struggling. Not something we're used to seeing from Brian Dunsing. And earlier today, I asked his manager, what can he do today to snap out of this funk that he's in?
Stay out of those big hitting situations, 2 balls, no strike situations, 2-1, getting behind in the count. And then I think we saw it again, last time, was not using his breaking balls and not, his changeups and changing speeds and all those things. He's really got to do that. He's going to have to throw them, and he's going to have to use them against these guys. You watched Carl yesterday, and even in fastball situations, he was spinning the ball pretty good on them. And that's what you have to do to these guys. If you get behind and you're pumping fastballs, you're going to get hit.
It's been a month since Brian Dunsing has won a game. Will he snap that losing streak today? Find out next. We've got Dick Bramer and Bert Weiland with the first pitch next on Fox Sports North.
And a quartet called Aiken Day, performing the national anthem on this August day in the final game of this homestand. Twins had high hopes for the homestand, thought it would be one of those homestands as we saw last year where the Twins would be the team pulling away from everybody else, as was the case last August, but it's been just the opposite. The Tigers clearly have established themselves in the month of August as the team to beat.
Yeah, Tigers have a 6.5 game lead over the Cleveland Indians in first place, and the Twins have had trouble here at home, especially over the last 17 ball games. Twins only winning 2.
Menard's batting order. Austin Jackson leading off. Maglio Ordonez hitting second. Then Delman Young, Miguel Cabrera, Victor Martinez, and Alex Avila. Johnny Peralta, Ramon Santiago, and Brandon Inge rounded out. Brian Dunsing is going to try to, in the balance of this season, fix whatever is broken.
Well, Dunsing making his 26th start, his 27th appearance. For Dunsing, looking for win number 9. Try and end the month of August on a positive. That's all you can do. You can't do anything about his previous 5 starts that have not been very consistent. And what he needs to do is regain his sharpness. That's the big thing for Dunsing. Get that ball working out front, work ahead in the count, establish both sides of the plate, and change speeds. Sounds easier said than done.
Well, here's the defense brought to you by Northland Ford. Renee Tassoni in left, Ben Revere in center, Jason Repko in right. Michael Kadire out again today. Justin Morneau, Luke Hughes, Trevor Plouffe, Danny Valencia, the infielders. Renee Rivera just showed up here a little over 2 hours ago, and he's catching Brian Dunsing.
Yeah, second stint for Rene Rivera. He was up earlier this year with the Twins from May 5th to July 10th. So welcome back, Rene Rivera. And Joe Mauer and Michael Kadire not available today. Mauer was still with the stiff neck, and Kadire, that left wrist, after playing a couple days, just swelled up and unavailable, maybe to pinch hit if needed.
He's had the x-ray, he's had the MRI, there's nothing broken, but if you were watching the game or maybe were here the other night when he got hit by the pitch, you know that it's got to be giving him some trouble, and that's why he's out of the lineup again today. Austin Jackson leading off, and the first pitch on the outside corner, a strike.
Yeah, when I talk about sharpness for a pitcher, it's working out front, establishing that ball down and working ahead in the count. Like that. Okay, you miss down.
1-1. There's nothing about his fastball that could be interpreted as being overpowering. So to Ron Gardenhire's point, he needs to spin the ball, mix in his pitches, you call changing speeds, but he needs to give the hitters some variety in the pitches he throws.
Well, it's not the first time he's had a bad month. He had the bad month in May when he has ERA with 8.76. And he falls behind an account here to Jackson. He was 0-4 in the month of May, and now 0-5 in the month of August so far. So the ups and downs of someone in the rotation for the first time on a regular basis.
Last year the Twins were 18-10, and Dunsing was a big part of that. He went 3-2, pitched a couple of great ball games in August, but this year it's been just the opposite for Brian. 3-2 to Austin Jackson. And he misses up high, and it's an opening walk.
Walks have not really been an issue for Dunsing. 46 walks, 3 intentional in 146 innings pitched. You see the walks, you see not too many strikeouts. I mean, a lot of strikeouts. He struck out 9, a career high, a couple starts ago, but opponents hitting .302. That's been one problem. Right-handers are hitting .333. Left-handers are hitting only .214.
Strike one to a right-handed batter, Maglio Ordonez. Another right-handed batter, Delman Young on deck. Another right-handed batter, Miguel Cabrera, hitting cleanup. Then switch hitter Victor Martinez. So tough start for Dunsing, who's struggled against right-handed batters, and he's got to face 5 of them right out of the chute. There's a liner to center and a base hit. Jackson to second. He'll hold up there. First and second, nobody out.
And we've seen this from Ordonez. He doesn't have that power anymore. He's just kind of slap type hitter, but this guy has always been a good hitter. Came into this year a .312 career hitter, and the ball down, and he just gingerly hits this ball sharply into center field. Nice piece of hitting by Ordonez.
Well, here's Delman Young, who again in this series has hit very well. 4 hits, 9 at bats against his former team. Grounder to short. 6-4, 3, a double play. And Jackson goes to third.
That's what I mean about keep the ball down right there. Get ahead in the count. Sometimes good things happen. Plouffe over to Hughes. Twins turn a couple double plays in yesterday's ball game. And it's a big double play right here in the first inning.
So now if Dunsing can get Miguel Cabrera, ball one, he can get out of this first inning after a rough start. Cabrera, 5 hits in the series, a home run and a pair of runs batted in. Home run yesterday against Carl Pavano. Off-speed pitch missing. It's 2-0. So you've got the situation not unfamiliar to the Tigers. Very dangerous hitter at the plate with 2 bases open. And Dunsing gets a swing and a miss. The difference is this year now the Tigers have one of the best clutch hitters in the game hitting behind Cabrera.
Yeah, protection. That's why the Tigers, you look at their lineup, they're hitting .270 as a club, tied with the Yankees for 3rd in the American League in hitting. But they all complement each other. And that's what a good team does. We've seen it in Twins over the last 9 years. The Twins have won 6 out of the last 9 divisions because of the lineup being pretty compatible to each other.
3-1. And a curve over for a strike. Big looping curveball at 75 miles per hour. Fastball gets a foul tip and strike 3. So Dunsing survives a wobbly start here this afternoon to pitch a scoreless first inning.
I'm Marnie Gellner in front of the Minnesota National Guard booth, which is a huge one here at the State Fair. Inside, they have all kinds of displays and demonstrations, and they also have people who can answer some of your questions. Check them out at the National Guard booth on the corner of Cosgrove and Wright at the State Fair.
Well, thank you, Marnie. I would imagine some welcome cloud cover over at the fair. Sometimes walking around the fair gets to be a little hot and steamy, but a very pleasant day weather-wise. Brad Penny on the mound. He'll try to give the Tigers a good chance to complete the sweep of the Twins here at Target Field.
Yeah, Brad Penny making his 26th start, his 4th against the Twins so far this year, 2-1 in the 3 starts.
Here's Ben Revere, followed by Trevor Plouffe and Justin Morneau. And a first pitch strike. Revere opened the ball game yesterday for the Twins with a hit against Justin Verlander. Twins had a great chance that first inning with the bases loaded. but came up empty yesterday. And here's a little looper to left. Elman Young with the catch. Revere retired, one away. Take a look at the Twins lineup for the series and homestand finale. Revere followed by Plouffe and Morneau, then Kubel, Valencia, and Tassoni, Hughes, Recto, and Rivera.
And Brad Penny making his 26th start. It's been an up and down season. A guy that likes his fastball. The Tigers would like for him to throw more breaking balls, more changeups. And he, like Brian Dunsing, a left-handed pitcher, Penny has had a tough time against right-handed hitters. They're hitting .337 off of them. For left-handers hitting only .251. Now Penny making his 7th career start against the Twins. He's 2-1 lifetime. He's 0-1 this year in 3 starts.
1 strike to Trevor Plouffe. Inside, 1-1. Penny coming off. The numbers would suggest a really good start. 6 1/3 innings, just 1 run allowed against Tampa Bay. But they say even in that start he was behind hitters. And, punched through the Tampa Bay lineup on guile and got some ground balls in some key spots. And called strike 1 and 2.
Yeah, that's the pitch that he likes. He doesn't hardly come inside. If he comes inside, they say it's a mistake. He likes to work away to right-handers and left-handers. Penny in his first season with the Tigers, last year with the Cardinals.
Breaking ball, and it's laced to left. So Plouffe, I don't think had seen a curveball prior to the one he hit, was waiting for it and got a sharp base hit.
It just stayed up. It didn't really have much bite to it right there. And Plouffe, look at the ball just kind of hang right there. And Plouffe, who continues to swing a hot bat, gets the first hit for the Twins.
We'll bring up Justin Morneau in the absence of Mauer, and the Twins hope Joe will be back in the lineup and catching tomorrow night in Chicago. Morneau slides up to the number 3 spot in the batting order. Down and away, ball 1. Real good numbers against the Detroit right-hander. That gets by Avila, and Plouffe will go to second base. So in the dirt, it kind of looked like Avila hopped up in the air and the ball skipped under his glove.
Well, it'll be a wild pitch. 7th charge to Brad Penny. Take a look at this fastball down that hits in front of the plate, and watch Avila. You'd like for him to turn that glove over rather than trying to backhand it right there, right off the tip of his glove. So Plouffe gets into scoring position on the wild pitch.
2-0. And strike. Twins will start winning ball games again when the guys in the middle of the lineup do what they're supposed to do in situations like this. And Justin said as much after the game the other night. You know, it's up to me. I need to play and hit like I'm capable of.
His last home run coming the end of May. We mentioned the other night he has spent some time on a disabled list from June 14th to August 12th. But still, you'd like to see some more power out of Justin.
How many times have you or I said, boy, he just missed that one. He hit one to the warning track in right center here the other night.
You can't miss all that time. It's not only the time he misses, it's trying to come back from that missed time. The timing for a hitter is so marginal.
And the missed time actually began back in March. And Ron Gardenhire said today on his radio show that the Twins have already decided to change some things for next spring training. They're going to have 3 extra days before the first game to try to get everybody in and get them ahead of the curve instead of so many players like Morneau and Mauer were kind of behind the curve all month long. 3-2. And a called 3rd strike with Penny shaving the corner and out number 2.
Justin doesn't like the call, but just take a look at the pitch right here. Fastball. Avila holding it. And Alan Porter, the home plate umpire, saying it caught the corner.
2 down, and now the designated hitter, Jason Kubel. Alan Porter calling balls and strikes. Drake, Darling, and Dreckman in 3D doing the rest of the umpiring. Changeup floats over the outside corner. Just 1 hit for Kubel in the series.
Well, you find out early what that umpire will give you. Right now, Porter giving that ball a little bit 2 or 3 inches on the outer half of the plate, so I'm sure Avila is going to keep going out there and see how much Alan Porter. A lot of times umpires that set up like Porter on between the hitter and the catcher, especially Avila's right shoulder, will give you more away than he will inside. Now they're coming inside.
Kubel lifts it high and deep to right center field. It's up and gone. A home run. Jason Kubel with a 2-run homer. And the Twins jump out in front.
For Kubel, his 10th home run of the year. That fastball didn't get in far enough. And Kubel able to open up and get some good wood on that ball up in the upper deck here at Target Field. Twins take a 2-0 lead.
Kubel's 10th. And now Danny Valencia. Outside, ball 1.
Well, I mentioned before they're trying to get Penny to go work on the inner half of the plate. You don't get the ball in far enough, and this is what might happen. And Kubel took advantage of that fastball out over the plate.
One and 0 to Valencia. 422 feet the measurement on the home run. And you say it time and time again. If your catcher's set up inside, if you miss, got to miss in off the plate.
Yeah, you want to miss inside. You're going to make mistakes, and Brad Penny made a mistake right there.
And now Avila and Penny not on the same page. Not the first time these two have had some miscommunication. Leland pacing in the dugout.
Well, Penny, 33 years old. He's been around the major leagues a long time, since 2000 when he came up with the Marlins.
Twins baseball brought to you in Sony High Definition. And that's over for a strike. 1-1. Down in the dirt, 2-1.
Well, you just mentioned, Dick, if the Twins want to start winning ball games, they're going to need more RBIs from the middle part of the lineup. And you can see the first RBI in the series so far from the first 6 hitters in the Twins lineup. So Kubel hitting his 10th home run gives the Twins a 2-0 lead.
2-1 to Danny Valencia. Bounce to third. Inge has it. And a perfect throw across to end the inning. Plouffe with a single. Kubel with a 2-run, 2-out home run. Twins lead by a pair. Is brought to you by Pentair.
Hey, this is Ron Gardner, manager of the Minnesota Twins. I want to say a very special thank you to all of our military people serving this country. Get home safely so you can come home and grab a beer and watch a ball game with us.
That's from an Army brat himself. Ron Gardenhire, born overseas while his father was in the military. 2-0 Twins, and Victor Martinez will hit against Brian Dunsing. Strike one.
Well, big inning for Dunsing already. Team put 2 runs on the board, get them back on the bench as quick as possible. 15 pitches, 8 strikes in that first inning for Dunsing.
And that's strike 2. It's a number, it's a statistic, but it's significant. Talking about Martinez, a presence now hitting behind Cabrera. Martinez this year is hitting .398 with men in scoring position. And that one on an 0-2 pitch, he hooks it into the corner. He doesn't run well, so he will hold up with a single. And even putting on the brakes, you can tell, is giving Martinez some pain.
Well, we have seen Rene Tassoni cover a lot of ground here. Made a great catch yesterday in foul territory. The other night, throwing out Rayburn at second base. So Tassoni doing a good job getting a good jump on this ball that looks like it's a sure double down that left field line. Not a bad pitch, but Martinez just dropping a barrel of the bat down the line. Look at Tassoni hustling over there and keeping Martinez to only a single.
Here's Alex Avila, a home run yesterday, his 17th of the year, and hitting so well in August, his average now is over 300. A strike. Of all the position players who will get some consideration for a league MVP, I'm wondering whether we're not watching a young player emerge as an MVP candidate that a lot of people still haven't heard of. Avila, with his average over 300, he's been nothing short of an Iron Man behind the plate for Detroit. He's hitting for power. He's always been considered a decent defensive catcher. And as we've said, when Joe Mauer has been at the top of his game, he's playing the most demanding position there is on a diamond, just outside 1 and 2. And outside 2 and 2. Mauer won the league MVP. He hit .365, hit 28 home runs, and drove in 96. Two and 2. And the tapper up the line, foul.
Yeah, Avila doing a good job against left-handed pitchers too, hitting .296. So holding his own.
You just really have to be impressed with what he's done, especially given the context in which he's played, where there really isn't on the roster right now a backup catcher. Brandon Inge, I guess, would be the guy if something happened to Avila.
Yeah, here Don Kelly.
2 and 2. And now a full count.
And Don Kelly just rejoining the Tigers. He missed the first 2 ball games. His wife delivered a little baby boy, their second child.
Three and 2. Martinez certainly won't be going. And he goes. And a bouncer. That's a fair ball over the bag. And Martinez stopped at second. He'll still try for third. And Avila has a double. So they did send Martinez, even though he walks and runs with a limp. And the ball bounced right over the bag and just out of Morneau's reach.
Yeah, a little hesitation by Repko getting that ball in very quickly. Might have had a shot at Avila at second base. Now, this ball right down that first base line. And Justin not holding on. Martinez dives for it. The ball gets by him. And the ball even landed in foul territory, but it went over the bag. First base umpire Rob Drake said.
So just like that, the Tigers are back in business. First two men reach again, and here's Peralta. Up and away, ball one. And Peralta, the one guy in the Tiger lineup that Dunsing doesn't want to see in a key spot. 9 hits, 17 at bats, and a home run against the Twins lefty. Infield back for the Twins. Swing and a foul, 1-1.
There are the numbers against Dunsing. Peralta has played defensive short outstanding. Also picking up some big hits for the Tigers.
1-1. Dunsing works him away again. 6 errors all year long for Peralta.
That's where we've seen Dunsing getting into this hitter's count.
Fouled away, 2-2.
Ball fouled away. I believe all 4 pitches have been outer half of the plate.
Struck out Cabrera to end the first inning with a fastball on the inside corner.
We see the Fox track to see if they go in right here.
And a called third strike. Cut the plate in half, it looked like. And Peralta caught looking.
Yeah, Peralta definitely looking for something else right there. Takes a fastball, and Dunsing picking up a big strikeout, his second of the ballgame. Good finish right there by Dunsing, creating that good downward plane.
Sanford Health injury report. Carlos Quentin on the disabled list now with a sore shoulder. A.J. Pierzynski's on the disabled list. Paul Konerko's still not 100%. And that, of course, all cripples the White Sox chances of trying to catch the Tigers. There's a liner to left, and it might tie the game. First pitch to Santiago. And Tassone will flip it to second base, and it's a 2-2 game.
Boy, you just get a big strikeout, and then you challenge the next guy, and Santiago, a switch hitter, hitting .316 as a right-handed hitter, jumps on the first fastball over the head of Danny Valencia in the left field. Fastball, but not a lot of movement right there, and Santiago lining it in the left field for a 2-run single. Ties the game at 2 apiece.
Well, the Twins lead doesn't last very long. And now Brandon Inge. As Jim Leland has set this lineup out there, and there's not much of a departure from the normal lineup or anything like that. It's just he's got 8 right-handed batters. Avila the only lefty against Dunsing. 1 strike.
Well, again, right-handers hitting .333 against Brian Dunsing. So, I mean, Jim Leland looking and saying, hey, every right-hander available, you're playing today.
And a ball, 1-1.
When we have seen Dunsing on, he's really worked that slider down and in. He's established both sides of the plate, and he's thrown his changeup a lot. And he's fallen behind in the count, and he has to come in with that pitch right there, and that's going to work out for him.
Second double play grounder he's gotten, but in the second inning, 3 hits and a couple of Tiger runs. ExploreMinnesota.com to plan your next Minnesota vacation today. One of the more famous landmarks in the state of Minnesota, the Split Rock Lighthouse, in the middle of a 40-mile stretch of the North Shore from Two Harbors to Little Moray, called the Lake Superior Water Trail. It served for nearly 6 decades as a guide for maritime traffic through the busy shipping lanes of Lake Superior. All right, so you got Miguel Cabrera, and you tried to control the Tiger lineup, and then you throw a pitch to Ramon Santiago, and he drives in a pair of runs.
That's kind of the way it's been going for the Tigers. Again, you look at the Tigers, they don't have anybody, in the top RBI. They don't have home runs. They're doing it as a team. They're really playing well as a team. Everybody's contributing.
And as recently as a year ago, we saw that in the Twins uniforms. One strike to Rene Tassoni. He'll be followed by Luke Hughes and Jason Repko. And you were on it, I suppose, many times on both sides of it. You want to call it mojo, whatever it is, an expectation of winning as opposed to just the opposite, which you just seem to find ways to lose, and that's what the Twins are going through right now.
A lot of it is that the way you just go into the clubhouse. A lot of guys coming in thinking, okay, how are we going to lose today, rather than the Tigers right now, how are we going to win today?
Right.
It's just that little bit of positive attitude that can leave you very quickly, and they have it right now. Leland's team has that positive attitude, where the Twins, they're looking for it.
See what Tassoni can do with this. Penny fires and makes a nice play to get him at first base. Take a look at the Tigers out of the field. Delman Young in left, Austin Jackson in center, Maglio Ordonez in right. Brandon Inge, Johnny Peralta, Ramon Santiago, Miguel Cabrera with AVILA behind the plate. So Penny bounces off the mound, makes the play.
Yeah, he's the only one that could have made that play, and all in one motion he barehanded it and got the quick out at first base.
Well, here's Luke Hughes. Had a good day at the plate yesterday against the best pitcher in the league. Hit a home run, drove in a couple of runs against Justin Verlander. As the Twins give some exposure to players like Luke Hughes with a look forward to 2012. I think the double that he hit made more of an impression than the home run. The grounder cut off by Inge, springs to his feet, throws low, dug out by Cabrera. Nice play by Inge and a really nice scoop at first by Cabrera.
Yeah, nice play by both ends right there. Inge going to his left, gets up quickly, throws Cabrera a little sinker. And Cabrera, nice little pick out of his stretch position.
It's a 2 down, and that'll bring up Jason Repko. Repko also homered against Verlander.
Yeah, we saw Cabrera, I think, year in and year out, he's getting better and better at first base. Good concentration by Inge.
Watching it all the way into the glove. And here's Repko. Strike one. Line foul.
Again, I don't like that right there. Even though Inge was playing back, Repko can steal a base maybe, but here you got to hit a double right here. Repko hit a home run yesterday after Luke Hughes hit a home run, back-to-back home runs. Only the second time the Twins have been able to do that this year. But you need to hit a double right here. Get in the scoring position.
And a called third strike with Penny hitting the outside corner. A quick second inning and a 2-2 score. A good friend and a former fantasy camper, Bill Pop, who's here to talk about Operation Home Base. He's the chair and president of Pop Communications, but the reason he's here today, he's involved with the Minnesota Military Family Foundation. Bill, first of all, good to see you again. And secondly, what is the foundation all about?
Thank you for having me here. And the foundation is all about saying thank you to military family members. You know, there's the active military personnel and there's veterans. And the active military personnel are getting a lot of accolades and thank yous today. Veterans are getting a lot of thank yous. But the military family is still pretty stealth. Nobody really knows who they are, yet they make incredible amount of sacrifices, just like soldiers and veterans have done.
Tell us a little bit more about the Military, Family Foundation. How does it work?
We raise, we're a group of volunteers from all walks of life, and we raise money from all the people that want to help military families, that they understand the struggles that military families have.
One down, a fly ball to right.
Nicely done. We're a group of volunteers that raise money to distribute that money to military families when they have a financial crisis. And nobody joins the military to make a lot of money. You don't make a lot of money as a soldier, and it doesn't take a lot to kick off a financial crisis for a military family. So we're there as a help and a safety net to help them when they have challenges.
Well, beyond the boost that it gives the families, but I would think also the men and women who serve, when they find out that they have a well-organized advocate in your organization supporting them, that must be very meaningful to them as well.
Well, it is, and an example of how this works is in today's environment, the soldier knows what's going on at home very quickly because they can make phone calls during the day, they have email all day long. So
right.
when there's a financial crisis at home, the soldier knows about it very rapidly. Now, that soldier has missions to perform, and when that soldier goes out on a mission, if their head is not in their mission because of a financial...
Right.
Nice play.
Trevor Plouffe with the ground ball, second out.
That was nice. If the soldier's head is not in their mission, that puts all the other soldiers in the squad. The squad's normally made up of 8 soldiers. That puts all the other soldiers in the squad at risk as well. So when we help one soldier, we're helping all soldiers. When we help one military family, we're helping all military families. And say we're the only group out there really that's focused on the military family. We're not focused on veterans. We're not focused on active duty personnel in terms of saying thank you to them. The family is where we're focused.
Well, Bill, how does the foundation determine who receives the help?
We work through family assistance centers, and with active military personnel, our family assistance centers proactively, and the key word there, they proactively stay in contact with military families that have deployed soldiers. And when there is a financial crisis, they do the vetting. They get all the information of everything that's necessary, exactly what's needed, the amount of money, and they send us the information, and within hours we've got grants approved.
And now 3-1 to Delman Young. For people who'd like to get more information, we hope Delman Young is retired. This is a quick half inning. Or if they'd like to make donations, what's the best way to go about it?
Go to the website, militaryfamilyfoundation.org, and that does it. Minnesota Military Family Foundation.org.
All right, Bill, good to see you again. Thanks for stopping
thank you
by.
very much.
Can I say a couple of quick thank yous? I want to say thank you to Fox Sports for this. Thank you to the Minnesota Twins. Thank you to the Twins Wives Organization, because they have done many fundraisers for our organization. Thank you to the people who purchase, support our True Plates. And thank you, military families, and thank you, Dick, because one of the biggest thrills of my life was the home run that you hit at fantasy camp, and thank you, Bert, because you strike me out.
You're an easy out, Bill.
I was an easy out.
Twins. I'd like to thank all the military troops out there. Get home safely, and God bless.
And Dunsing had a much better third inning. We'll see if the Twins can give him another lead to work with. Rene Rivera will lead things off against Brad Penny. It'll be Rivera, Revere, and Plouffe. Rivera showed up a little after 11 o'clock here today, summoned after the game last night. The Twins simply can't do, I guess, what the Tigers have been doing most of the year, as risky as it is for them. The Twins running Drew Butera out there game after game, inning after inning, and while the hope is that Joe Mauer will be able to catch and rejoin the lineup tomorrow, the Twins needed some reinforcements, unfortunately at the expense of Matt Tolbert. Swing and a miss, 1-1.
Yeah, Rivera in his second stint with the Twins. He was up from May 5th to July 10th. He hit 188 in 25 games he played in, 13 for 72. 1 home run, 4 runs driven in.
1-1.
Rivera, 27 years old, out of the Mariner organization, signed with the Mariners back in 2001, signed as a free agent by the Twins over the winter.
Big swing and a miss, 1-2. When he was called up the first time to replace Steve Holm as the second catcher on the squad, he was brought up because he's got some pop in his bat. And Rivera, pretty healthy swing on that 1-1 offering, but he came up empty. And another big swing. And he's retired, 5th man in a row, set down by Brad Penny.
And Penny picks up his 3rd strikeout.
Join Fox Sports North at the Minnesota State Fair now through Labor Day. Stop by the new location, 1311 Underwood Street, across from the Ballpark Cafe. Anthony LaPanta will be there tomorrow from 10 to 10:30. That means he's not going to be on our conference call. That's not right. Then don't miss the Twins game on our Sony HD TV starting at 6:30 tomorrow night. We'll be in Chicago. Register for the Sony State Fair viewing party presented by Home Furniture on Wednesday, August 31st at 12:30 when the Twins take on the White Sox. Ben Revere takes a strike. Revere with a fly to left, hauled in by Delman Young. Sky's breaking up, and now brilliant sunshine at Target Field. 1-1. One of the good things that's happened for the Twins this year, there haven't been many, but they've been able to get Revere up here and give him an extended look. You hear about prospects, 2-time minor league player of the year, and it's natural for fans to imagine, okay, well, but can he play up here? What kind of a player would he be at this level? 2-1. And I think the sample size is larger enough for Twins fans to imagine Revere in the outfield, and he's made some great plays defensively. He's a singles hitter with some speed.
And I think that's what Gardy likes right there. You can see Span and maybe Revere 1-2 in a lineup when they're both healthy. Guys that can steal some bases, score some runs.
And he takes up on away 3-2. We've seen, I think, over the course of the season, him become a more patient hitter. He's found himself in more extended counts, deep counts like this one at 3-2.
Well, it helps when you've seen a pitcher more than once, and this is his 7th major league at bat against Penny, so he's got an idea, what he's going to look for, and you're going to look for a lot of fastballs.
He has not been overmatched. 334 at bats, 32 strikeouts, and that's a number we would think would improve with more experience as he sees pitchers more and more frequently.
But that's not bad, though. I mean,
no, I know.
That's striking out 1 out of every 10 at bats. That's outstanding, and that's what he needs to do. Put the ball in play. Just slap that ball towards short if you can, and try to beat it out.
And hanging tough with 2 strikes.
Penny making his 26th start. This is his 310th major league start. He has 117 wins, 97 losses. His best years when he was with the Dodgers in 2006 and 7, when he won 32 ball games in 2 years.
Full count again to Revere. And he takes ball 4. So a good plate appearance for Revere. I mentioned that he has struck out 32 times. That's his 21st walk. You can ask a question online at carsoup.com/baseball. And earlier we mentioned that a group from Aiken, Minnesota sang the national anthem. Bernard Gangle from Aiken asking who's the last Twin to win 20 ball games.
Well, there you go. Johan Santana in 2004, Brad Radke, and Erickson, and then Viola when he won the Cy Young back in '88.
Revere goes, and Avila's throw not in time. So not only did Revere go, but he went on the first pitch, which helps Plouffe out a little bit. He doesn't have to sit there and take pitches waiting for Revere to maybe swipe it back when he can do it on the first one.
Brad Penny, you can see that high leg kick, and that allows him one extra step closer to second base. Avila's throw, good throw, but Revere steals his 25th game or base of the year in 32 attempts. So that's what Gardy likes right there.
1 strike to Plouffe. Foul back. I think our field mic can pick up Penny grunting with every pitch. 2 strikes.
Well, even though the Twins have had a tough homestand, Plouffe has picked up a lot of hits, 13 hits and 38 at bats on this homestand.
Trying to put the Twins back in front with the speedy Revere at second and 1 away. Bounced over the third base way and foul.
Yeah, Santiago, the second baseman, was going to go cover second, so it left that hole at second. In yesterday's ball game, Justin Verlander winning his 20th for the first time. Bill Gullickson, you have to go back to 20 years. 1991, Jack Morris on there a couple times, and Joe Coleman. One of the original split finger type pitchers.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. A nasty splitter.
2 strikes to Plouffe. And another foul back to the screen.
Yeah,
and again,
good swing.
96 miles per hour. But again, you can see Avila setting up outside. And Penny delivered it right down the middle of the plate, it looked like.
Well, you're not always going to hit your spots. We saw Verlander yesterday kind of struggle with his control, and he said his fastball wasn't where like he usually is as far as the control of the fastball. Same thing, what they both have is good velocity. Well, Verlander can get that fastball up to 98 to 100, where Penny can get 94 to 97 in that range.
Long hold, and Plouffe backs out of the box after getting timeout. They'll go into the stretch and quick pitching. Up and in. 1 and 2. Well, the Twins getting a couple of runs against Penny in the first on a pair of hits. Now they're hoping the 1-out walk will lead to another run. Plouffe singled and scored in the first. Outside, Ron Gardenhire this morning talking of Plouffe. Said he's going to be in the mix next year. He'll be playing somewhere, he figures. And if he can continue to be stable and make plays at short, that'll help his causes. But he did also say that the Twins have Tsuyoshi Nishioka, and they expect him to be a better player next year. And Alexi Casilla projects as the second baseman, and that would leave Nishioka at short. But he also said they're going to field the team that gives them the best chance to win coming out of spring training next year. 3 and 2 now. It was 0 and 2.
Nishioka still nursing a little bit of an oblique pull, bad back. Took some ground balls out here earlier before the game started.
Inside, a swing and a miss, and Plouffe will at least force a throw. Revere still at second, 2 away.
And the fourth strikeout for Brad Penny. You can see Avila again working or looking away, but the fastball inside.
Twins annual sports internship and career fair scheduled for September 20th here at Target Field. If you're interested in a career in the sports world, there's no better place to make some contacts. Spaces are limited, so register today. Visit twinsbaseball.com/job opportunities or call 800-33-TWINS to get the details. Here's Morneau, called out on strikes in the first. Curve off the end of the bat, might have cracked his bat. It's 1 strike. Morneau staying at the plate, so the bat is intact. 1 strike. Morneau struck out, and then Kubel followed with a 2-run home run to give the Twins an early lead. One and one.
Pitch number 50 for Brad Penny.
Pulled up the line, foul. And that one causing Morneau to check the handle of his bat.
50 pitches, 33 for strikes. 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. Giving up 2 hits, both of them coming in the first inning. The big hit off the bat of Jason Kubel, who's on deck. A 2-run home run in the first inning.
First inning, Penny singed the outside corner with a fastball to get Morneau looking. See what he gets here on 1 and 2. And the same thing, just missed. It's 2 and 2. Revere at second. A hit to the outfield should put the Twins back in front. Two and 2. And off the end of the bat, foul. Kubel on deck, hoping for a chance here in the 3rd inning. Tigers head home after the game. Twins head to Chicago. White Sox have won a couple of ball games out in Seattle. They are wrapping up their series here later this afternoon. Three and 2. First base open. Kubel on deck.
Every pitch has been away, away, away.
3 and 2 to Morneau. Line into left field, a base hit. Revere's going to score. Morneau delivers the 2-out hit, and all 3 runs so far against Penny have been delivered with 2-out hits.
Well, Justin picking up his 30th RBI of the year. Again, Penny going away, and good piece of hitting. I just mentioned everything's away, away, away. So as a hitter, why wouldn't you look away? And it's exactly what Justin does, and that's always a good sign when Justin starts taking that pitch the other way. Revere scoring. Twins take a 3-2 lead.
And now Kubel, who hit a 2-run home run into the upper deck and right his first time up, comes up. And he takes up an away ball 1.
That's where the speed comes into play. Ben Revere with a walk, a good at bat, and then stole second on the next pitch. And he scores on Justin's RBI single.
And remember, Revere fouled off a couple of 2-strike pitches to work that walk. And get the stolen base. This one flipped foul down the line, 1-1. So as Revere emerged as an outfield option for the Twins, you can understand why they looked at 2012 and said, well, Revere needs a place to play. Do we want to bring him back in a congested outfield with Delman Young still on the roster? Or do we want to get rid of Young and open up a spot for Revere? Called strike 1 and 2. Now they're two entirely different players. Revere, among other things, is less expensive than Delman Young was going to be. But we've seen Revere, being the player he is, produce a run here in the third inning that Delman Young would not have been able to produce. Delman neither walked or stole much for the Twins. Backhanded by Santiago. He flips to second. That ends the third inning. But the Twins take advantage of the walk to Revere. It's 3-2. This summer, find out how giving back bottle caps can give returning vets a piece of the high life. Go to MillerHighLife.com for details. Second lead the Twins have handed to Brian Dunsing. Now a 3-2 lead, and we'll see how he fares against the middle of this Detroit lineup, starting with Miguel Cabrera. Fouled away, 1 strike.
Well, Dunsing was given a 2-0 lead after the first inning. He proceeded to go out in the top of the second and give it right back. So now the Twins have scored 1 more. So another big inning for Dunsing.
4 hits and a walk so far against Dunsing and the 2 runs. And Cabrera takes high, ball 1. It was in the first inning, but it was an awfully big strikeout of Cabrera. Tigers had runner at third and 2 out. And Dunsing struck out Cabrera, which meant he didn't have to face Victor Martinez with 2 men on base. Fell behind him, nearly walked him, and then struck him out. 2-1. Three and 1. Tigers got their first 2 men on in the first 2 men on in the second, and then Dunsing came back with a 1-2-3 third. And up and away. It's a leadoff walk here in the 4th.
Yeah, second walk for Dunsing. All right, we have Dolores here celebrating your 85th birthday. Pull your sign out, Dolores. They're from Madison, Wisconsin. Her son Corey sitting. Madison, Minnesota, excuse me. There you go. Put your face through there. Now look at the camera here. There you go. Happy 85th birthday. You are hereby circled.
Well, here's Victor Martinez. Now, Dunsing has gotten a couple of ground ball double plays to Trevor Plouffe. Boy, this guy's a good hitter. That one just fouled, but it looked very similar to his double that he got with single with an 0-2 count leading off the second inning.
Well, this is where Dunsing needs that little two-seamer. Most left-handers have that two-seam fastball that'll sink down and away. Get a ground ball right here. We've seen Martinez. He can't run down that first base line. That knee giving him problems. So you need a ground ball right here. How do you get a ground ball? Keep the ball down in the zone. Change speeds. Get that breaking ball down.
And he pitched it down away, and it's fouled away to the right side, and it's 0-2.
You just keep peppering it down and away, and see what he does with it. If you come in off the plate, or you try to strike him out on that slider down and in, the hard slider we've seen from Dunsing from time to time.
Doesn't seem to have great command of that fadeaway changeup that we saw from Viola and Santana.
Yeah, he's just not as sharp right now. And how do you regain your sharpness? Again, get on top of that ball. Keep the ball down. Like that.
Morneau.
There you go.
To second. Plouffe with a nice catch and return throw. Third ground ball double play.
He kept peppering down and away, and he got the ground ball. And Justin making a nice play over at first base. And the throw a little bit high to Plouffe, but Plouffe able to hold on to it, touch the bag, and get the double play. Third double play turned before Brian Dunsing.
So 2 down, and here's Alex Avila, who doubled. A one-hopper over the bag at first and down the right field line. And then with 1 out, Santiago drove 2 runs in with a single to tie the game. Strike 1. Fouled away, 2 strikes. This in a month where a lot of people were worried that he would wear down with the workload.
Hey, getting better, stronger and stronger. Great month of August for Alex Avila.
2 strikes to Avila.
Now you're ahead. Make a good pitch here.
Ooh, that's pretty close. What's particularly encouraging for the Tigers, not only is Avila not wearing down in August, he's hitting left-handers just about as much and as well as right-handers. Fouled back, hitting just under 300 as a right-handed batter.
Hitting 296 coming into this ball game.
And 1 for 1 today. So there he is, over 300 as a lefty. One and 2. And just got a piece of it to stay alive.
Yeah, big slow curveball right there.
Dunsing's 59th pitch.
Now here at Dunsing, everything has been away. Maybe run that fastball in on him a little bit. That 2-seam fastball. Rivera was moving in, but the ball ended up down and away. I want that pitch back right away, right now, because I know I can get it in there. He did not get that ball in there, so you have to fight yourself to get it back in there. I want my catcher to recall that pitch. Out they go away. And it's a good one.
Struck him out. Faced just 3 men in the 4th, even after walking Miguel Cabrera.
Brought us some good luck.
a 3-2 lead. Somebody just turning 16 today.
There you go. Happy birthday to you. You are hereby circled.
Twins leading 3-2. Danny Valencia hitting 5th today will lead things off against Brad Penny. Twins have hit well with 2 outs in today's game. It's a sign of a team playing good baseball and getting some clutch hits. And we'll see if they can add to the lead here in the 4th inning. Mentioned the White Sox playing Seattle later on. Cleveland is trailing Kansas City 2-1, bottom of the 8th inning. Jim Thome not starting in that game. Right now he's making a pinch hitting appearance.
How about Thome yesterday? Hit a home run.
Nice. On his birthday.
Yep.
Didn't get a chance to wish him a happy 41st. And one of the things that has not gone unnoticed is the welcome that Thome got when he was introduced on Friday night. Even Ozzie Guillen thought it remarkable that the Indian fans would have booed him over the years when he was with the White Sox or the Twins, but a welcome home for Jim Thome on Friday night and a big home run yesterday. And Thome just struck out in his pinch hitting appearance.
I think what's most important is the fans are starting to come back to Cleveland. You know, at the beginning of the year and over the last couple, 2-3 years, the fans have just not, they've kind of stayed away. And now with the Indians, at least, you know, they're within stone throw of maybe, you know, trying to catch the Tigers, the 6.5 games back. The fans are starting to come back. That's a good sign for the Indians.
Yeah, and the Indians continue to get hit with the injury bug. Shin-Soo Choo pulled something again yesterday. And Michael Brantley done for the season now with his wrist issue. Tassoni on deck. It's 3-1 to Valencia. And of course, Grady Sizemore's struggling, trying to get back to the lineup.
Yeah, Travis Hafner out.
Yeah. And a pop fly down the right field line. Ordonez with a very long run. He won't get there. And Valencia will hold up with a pop fly single. And the throw nearly hit him in the leg. You know, that's one thing that you look at the Tigers, particularly in the outfield. And defensively, if they're going to go out there with Delman Young on left and Magglio Ordonez in right, they do not have a lot of coverage in their outfield.
Well, sometimes the ball is hit in the right spot, though, Dick. Ordonez shading him a little bit to you know, right center. And this is a swing that, you know, right here, you can, I don't know if you can see Ordonez at the top of your screen. He has to go a long way for this ball. Good hustle right there, but he just can't get that ball.
Well, here's Tassoni. 4 hits apiece. Twins leading on the scoreboard by 1. And just off the plate, ball 1. Valencia with a couple of steals. He's been thrown out 4 times. Strike called. Coming into the game, the Twins with 100 stolen base attempts, 70 successful tries. And as a team, that's a good steal percentage. Revere 1 for a day. Speed pitch missing, 2-1.
Just trying to look back the last time Danny tried to attempt a stolen base, and I'm back in early June.
Really?
Yeah.
That's hit toward the gap. And Ordonez can't make the play. It'll run to the wall. Valencia around second on his way to third. They're going to wave Valencia around, and Tassoni goes to third with an RBI triple.
Now, to me, that ball should have been caught compared to that one that Danny Valencia hit. That may be been a little knuckleball that went out to Ordonez. But the ball hit sharply. I mean, right on the button. And Ordonez Right there, a ball that should have been caught or at least knocked down. That ball got by him. It's Austin Jackson has to go retrieve and get that ball back in. But Tassone with his first triple of the year, driving in his 13th run, the Twins take a 4-2 lead.
Nobody out. Hughes in charge of getting Tassone in from third. And a strike. Hughes with a bouncer to third his first time up. Hughes went to his left, cut off the second hop on a nice play. Blasted to left center field. Back and gone. Luke Hughes. Home run. His second home run in as many games.
Second two-run home run for the Twins so far this afternoon. Luke Hughes, his 5th home run of the year, a fastball that he just clobbered into the bullpen. Twins take a 6-2 lead.
And here's Jason Repko. Swing and a miss. Repko called out on strikes his first time up.
As Repko, who followed Hughes' home run yesterday with his own first home run this year as a Twin on a breaking ball from Verlander.
Inge on the second hop, throws to Cabrera. It makes the tag, always a dangerous play for a first baseman. Cabrera makes the play for the first out. Measurement on the Hughes home run, 422 feet, which is the same distance as Jason Kubel's in the first inning. One gone in the fourth. You can let us know who you think will be the Arby's value player of the game. Text the word value followed by a space and the player's name to short code 234234.
Luke Hughes not on there yet.
Rene Rivera struck out his first time up. One and one. Fouled to the screen.
Rivera, one of those minor league catchers, had just been a journeyman catcher up and down. He was up and down with the Seattle Mariners in 2004 to 2006, 3 seasons. And then this year, his second stint with the Twins. His minor league career, he's about a .250 minor league hitter.
You know, he's one of those guys, unlike Drew Butero when the Twins acquired him. Butero was young enough, hadn't hit much in the minor leagues, but there was still room to believe that you know, he might be develop into a better hitter than he was at the time of the acquisition. Rivera, I think everybody knows what they're getting, and he's just a veteran guy, like you say, who, you know, if called upon as he is now, he can, you know what to expect from him. 1 and 2. Tap foul.
Rivera, 27 years old, 28 years old, from Puerto Rico.
One and 2. High fastball got him 2 away.
And Penny picking up his 5th strikeout.
Back to our AT&T trivia question. Who was the last Detroit manager to win a division title? You know that. I know that. Let the viewers a chance to answer that. Revere walked, stole second, and scored on Morneau's 2-out single. Ball one. Out in front of the off-speed pitch. 1-1. Have been manhandled by the Tigers in the season series so far, leading here in the final game in Minnesota, 6-2.
Yeah, Tigers leading the season series 11-3. Two and one. Got everything out of the way, including his hands and face. Last year, Revere broke his jaw in the minor leagues getting hit by a pitch. Foul back. 2-2. Well, the pitch count mounting, especially because of the last 2 innings. 31 in the third, 23 so far here in the fourth.
Three and two. Just missed the outside corner. Down the line, but foul. So here's Revere again with another full count. And again, more and more we're seeing deeper counts. Walked on a 3-2 pitch in the third. Stole second, scored on the Morneau single. See what Revere does here with 2 outs and the bases empty in the fourth. Base hit, center field. Great at bat. And Revere's aboard for the second straight time. And we'll see if he goes and whether he goes on the first pitch again in the fourth inning.
Well, fastball again by Penny, and Ben Revere hits it softly into center field.
Plouffe at the plate. Single, run scored.
See if they try a pitch out right here.
Revere doesn't go. The pitch fouled back. Revere stays put, and it's outside 1-1. Revere swiping his 25th base in the third inning. Two and one. While the team has stolen successfully 70% of the time, Revere's average at 75%. Foul back. 2-2. And through it all 4 pitches, Revere has never gone to second base once. There was a predictability, I would imagine, when you were pitching against the Oakland A's. If Ricky Henderson was on first, you knew he was going, right?
Well, depending on the scoreboard, what the scoreboard said, what you're trying to do. Scoreboard always dictates a lot of what's going to go on. Maybe a little hit and run right here. Throw over. Gardy hasn't had too many chances like this with a lead as of late to try something like a hit and run. Penny again, he's relying a lot on that fastball. Haven't seen too many curveballs.
Two and two to Plouffe. Sharply hit right at the second baseman, Santiago. That ends the inning. The inning starts with 3 hits. Rene Tassoni with a triple to right center field. Hughes backed it up with a home run, and the Twins lead 6-2.
The National Guard booth, where they have a medical theme this year, and they have set up a field medical tent to showcase some of their equipment, which is all modern and portable. And even this EKG monitor, 100% battery operated. Check them out at the National Guard booth. They're at Wright and Cosgrove at the State Fair.
Thank you very much, Marnie. Brian Dunsing now with a 4-run lead, pitching to Johnny Peralta. The first pitch up and away, second one down and in, 2-0. Peralta, Santiago, and Inge here in the Detroit fifth. Dunsing has issued 2 leadoff walks, and neither has cost him a run.
He's only been able to retire that first hitter 1 time so far here starting the 5th inning, so get that first out.
And a 4-pitch walk puts Peralta aboard. And that brings up Ramon Santiago. After the game on Fox Sports North, join Tom Brokaw for Boys in the Hall. Personal stories of some of baseball's greatest legends. This week it's Duke Snider, who just passed away this offseason. Boys in the Hall after the game, presented by Subway Restaurants, where winners eat. And Rivera is going to run the ball back to the mound and deliver it to Dunsing personally.
Well, one thing we've seen from Dunsing in the month of August, he's had these innings where that they've gotten away from him, and it's the multi-run innings that has hurt Brian Dunsing. Rick Anderson kind of, beside himself. Let's go, attack the strike zone.
He has gotten 3 ground ball double plays. He gave up a 2-run single to Santiago in the second inning. Down the middle, a strike. Base hit again for Santiago. And it's the third inning of 5 where the first 2 batters have reached against Brian Dunsing.
Yeah, again, if you're going to go fastball, you don't want to leave it middle in, because that's exactly what Santiago got his first at bat when he jumped on that first fastball and got the 2-run single. And right there, another fastball left middle in, and Santiago turns on it, gets his second hit.
See what Inge, the number 9 batter, is asked to do here. If not for the 3-run bottom of the 4th, Inge would very likely be asked to bunt, but now they're down by 4, and he takes a strike. It's been a struggle offensively for Inge, and he hit into one of those double plays in the second inning to end the inning. Way out in front, 2 strikes.
Good off-speed pitch there.
Fouled it out of play. Inge strikeout prone throughout his career, particularly here this year, an average of a strikeout in less than 4 at bats. A high pop up to short left. Tassoni and Revere converge, and it's Tassoni with the catch. And down.
Good pitch right there, down in the strike zone, and Inge got underneath it and popped it straight up.
And that'll bring up Austin Jackson. And similarly, Jackson, very strikeout prone, has walked and hit a fly ball to right. Strike at the knees. Joaquin Soria with a 1-2-3 ninth. Kansas City's beaten Cleveland 2-1. The Indians and the White Sox will hope that the Twins can win this series finale. 1-1. And Jim Thome did not start for the Indians with Bruce Chen, the lefty, going. And he was 0 for 1 with a strikeout as a pinch hitter.
75 pitches now for Dunsing.
Right on the outside corner, 1-2.
Yeah, last 3 pitches I've been watching them, good follow through, finishing very nicely.
Struck him out with a breaking pitch in the dirt. Out number 2.
Well, hitters sometimes they strike out when it looks like a fastball. And again, Dunsing on top, even though that curveball lands in right on top of home plate, it's the angle. And it looks like a fastball, and the bottom just drops out of it. So a big strikeout for Dunsing, his 4th.
In the first inning, he walked the leadoff man, gave up a single to the next batter, Ordonez, and then got out of the inning with a double play ball and a strikeout. Ordonez takes a fastball away, ball 1. Tigers very concerned about Brennan Bosch and his ability not to play. They figure he can do that, but to play effectively. Lifted to right field and deep. Repko back at the fence, makes the catch against the wall. He just made the catch on a ball that almost hit the overhang. And Dunsing again in the 5th, pitches around the leadoff walk.
Minnesota State Lottery Winner's Circle, and I have $100 in Minnesota State Lottery tickets. This is Marie Reckbert. She's from Sartell, Minnesota. Last night, surprised by her kids and her grandkids, sending her here to celebrate her birthday. 80 years old. You have 8 children, 16 grandchildren, Marie. Now, can you name all 16 in about 10 seconds? Go.
I don't think so.
Go.
Oh, my
and go.
kids? My grandkids?
Grandkids.
Oh, my gosh.
10 seconds is up, but you're trying really hard, though. But Bert has circled you.
Oh, thank you so much. I love you, Bert. Thank you.
We're just giving you a hard time trying to make you name all those kids. We know you can do it, Marie.
You want me to name them all?
No, we got a baseball game we're going to play. We're just putting you on the spot a little bit, so you can enjoy this when you watch it back on replay.
I do know them all. I do know them.
We believe that. And happy birthday to you. Bert?
Marie, happy birthday to you. You are hereby circled.
1 strike to Justin Morneau, leading off the Twins' 5th inning.
How about Robbie's job? Just go around, give out money like that, make all kind of friends.
Have you noticed how much he's around food, too? A lot of what he does involves food. Morneau takes low, and it's 1-2.
Well, it's been a struggle here for Brad Penny. A lot of pitches in a short amount of time. 92 pitches in 4+ innings. Giving up a couple 2 home runs. Both of them 2-run home runs.
And another solid single to the opposite field for Justin Morneau. Second time he's hit the ball sharply to the left side of the field.
I said in his last at bat when he picked up that RBI single to left field, that's a good sign. He gets out of that pull mode, boy, that average will go up a little bit. Now, you know, Justin just trying to get good quality at bats. The last 2 have been very good.
And here's Kubel. 2-run home run in the first. Ground ball to second in the third. High and deep to center, but in the ballpark, or so it would appear. Jackson back to the warning track. Morneau is going to try to dig for second, and he is out at second base. And Morneau on the seat of his pants saying, you know, he didn't tag me until he got my feet in, but he is ruled out for out number 2.
Well, not the best of slide right there by Justin. You kind of want to go in feet first, but looked like he just kind of fell and tumbled. Take a look right here. Peralta flying the tag. Justin hustling right there. But then you see his right foot kind of stuck right there in the dirt, and he just never got that foot into the bag.
So Valencia. Ball 1. Valencia single leading off the 4th, scored on the Tassoni triple. Chopper in front of Inge. And despite Morneau's leadoff single, Penny faces just 3 batters in the 5th inning.
at the White Sox tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. for the first game of the series. Mainly clear skies, going to be an all-around pleasant game. First pitch coming in at 76 degrees.
There's our flag raiser, the ceremonial raising of the flag before every game here at Target Field. Neil Jacobson from Bismarck, North Dakota. And it gives us a great pleasure and pride to honor men and women who serve in the military during Operation Home Base. Delman Young leading off the 6th inning for the Detroit Tigers. And another base hit.
Yeah, Dunsing having a tough time getting that first out of an inning. 5 out of 6 innings that first hitter's been able to get on.
You can follow the Twins with MLB.com at bat 11 for your iPhone, iPad, Android, or BlackBerry. Get the scores, stats, highlights, live audio, all that you crave. Text at-bat to 31826 or visit twinsbaseball.com.
Now, he's worked out of some jams, but you find yourself every inning doing what he's doing right there out of the stretch position.
Cabrera whacks one off the fence and left. Delman Young to third. And Cabrera going to second base. And for the 4th time today, the Tigers get their first 2 men aboard, this time with a single and a double.
Well, Cabrera, he's so strong. He's great hitter. His 34th double, breaking ball right into the swing. Good level swing, powerful swing, right down that left field line.
So 2nd and 3rd, nobody out, and Victor Martinez, the batter. Martinez singled and scored in the 2nd, bounced into a double play after the leadoff walk to Cabrera in the 4th. Up and away, ball 1. They're playing in Baltimore. Playing a doubleheader actually in Baltimore, the Yankees and the Orioles. Baltimore leading the Yankees 2-0 in the 8th inning.
Yeah, Irene did some damage, but now just a tropical storm, so just a lot of rain now.
1-0 to Victor Martinez.
A lot of people without power.
And the Yankees, according to many in the Orioles organization, without much compassion for the plight they found themselves in on Friday. They decided to, rather than play a doubleheader on Friday, play 1 game Friday and play a pair today. That didn't meet with the Yankees' approval, and to no one's surprise, the Orioles don't really care about that. 2-0. And now a strike, 2-1.
Got to bear down right here. 4-run lead. You got a couple runners on scoring position. Nobody out.
Two and 1. And Martinez flares one foul. And for the CenturyLink high-speed pitch, brought to you by CenturyLink high-speed internet.
Well, Penny at 96, Dunsing at 94. Need a strikeout right here. Dunsing's been able to get 4 of them so far. Maybe that slider down and in.
Facing the league's best batter with men in scoring position this year, as we said before, hitting .398 with men in scoring position. And he's got 2 of them out there here in the 6th. Just outside, 3-2. Avila on deck. Avila, if Martinez reaches, would represent the tying run.
You have to make Martinez swing the bat right here.
Came inside. got a weak foul to the right side.
That's why I said on that 2-2 pitch he had a chance to throw that slider down and in. Maybe Martinez swing over the top of it. But now 3-2, you almost have to challenge him with a fastball. You have a 4-run lead. You don't want to walk Martinez.
Three and two to the Tiger DH. Drilled to left. To Sony with the catch. Coming up with a throw toward the plate. It's not in time. And now the runner Cabrera advances to third with Rivera unable to field the throw cleanly.
As a catcher, you got to block that ball right there. And Cabrera could not tag up. But when that ball got away from him, Cabrera goes from second to third. So Martinez hitting the ball sharply. He'll get an RBI, his 75th of the year. As Delman Young tags up. It's a 6-3 ball game. And an error will be given to Sony.
Throw was on target, it seemed, and it was a play the catcher should have made, but in those instances, the outfielder gets the error. And we'll see whether the Tigers can take advantage of the extra base gained by Cabrera. Here's Avila, called out on strikes in the fourth, doubled and scored in the second. Back under the glove of Dunsing. That will allow Cabrera to score, and a low throw fielded by Morneau. So Dunsing really frustrated because he wanted to make the play. He just couldn't get a glove on it. And the Tigers take advantage of the extra base. 6-4. The last unofficial day of summer will include 2 baseball games against the White Sox. Game 1 of the Labor Day doubleheader set for 1 p.m. and is the regularly scheduled game. And then the 7:10 game is the makeup game for the rainout on June 14th. So if you had tickets for June 14th, remember you can only go to the night game on Labor Day. You can't show up for the early game and expect to use your ticket. Good tickets are available for both games on Monday, September 5th. So call 800-33-TWINS or visit twinsbaseball.com. Always used to love holidays with a doubleheader at Met Stadium. I don't know about you as a player, but I loved them as a fan.
I like doubleheaders.
Here's Peralta, high and tight, 1-1. Well, at the most, you were only involved in one of the 2 games. So what on earth did you do with your...
Well, a lot of times I didn't pitch that day, so you just watch ball games.
Yeah.
No better way than sit in the dugout and watch 2 games.
Bouncer to short. Kloof over to Morneau. In the 6th, the Tigers cut the Twins lead in half.
RBI triple for Tassone, his first triple at the major league level.
The Frost Brewed Coors Light Freeze Cam. Well, the Twins scored 3 runs that inning and now lead by a pair with Tassone getting ready to lead off the bottom of the 6th. Tassone, Hughes, and Repko facing Brad Penny. Outside, ball 1. This is the last game of the season series here between these two teams. And the Twins are looking for just their 2nd win at home against Detroit. Back in May, the Tigers took a 2-game series by scores of 10-2, 9-7. On the Hall of Fame induction weekend, the Tigers were here and took 3 out of 4. Well, they won the first 2 of this series.
Well, you want to win games in your division. Tigers have done a good job of that. 32-18 coming into this game against the Central Division. Twins are 24-25.
3-1. Twins have had their leadoff man on in each of the last 2 innings, but with base hits. Now Penny in danger of walking Tassone to start the 6th. Walked him. So the leadoff man on as the Twins try to get a run or 2 back on the bottom of the 6th.
Yeah, 2nd walk for Brad Penny in the ball game.
Time now for the Coors Light Cold Hard Blast, and it was a blast into the bullpen.
Luke Hughes with a back-to-back home run days. Yesterday a solo home run, and here in the 4th inning a 2-run home run.
You know, I was kind of talking about it from an organization standpoint regarding Ben Revere, but a little less so for Luke Hughes. Here's Jim Leland coming out. He may make a pitching change. We'll see what he does here. And I think he's just motioned to bring a right-hander in with Penny throwing 101 pitches, giving up 8 hits and a leadoff walk. The last man he'll face with nobody out in the 6th inning. David Pauly coming in to pitch for the Tigers with the Twins up a pair. Offering the difference in the game so far. Here's our Pepsi Max in-game box score.
Yeah, and yesterday's ball game was a lower part of the lineup for the Twins that ended up losing to the Tigers. But here today, everybody contributing. Repko and Rivera, the only batters so far, 0 for 2. But they will come up here against David Pauley. Pauley making his 6th appearance as a Tiger since coming over from the Seattle Mariners. His 46th appearance overall out of the bullpen.
And a pitch missing inside to Luke Hughes. Hughes with a bouncer to third, and then a long home run into the home bullpen in the 4th. Popped up, back, and just over our heads.
It's a lot of things over our heads. Pauley with a good sinking fastball, very good curveball and a changeup. 28 years old, traded over to the Tigers from Seattle on July 30th.
1-1 to Hughes.
There's the curveball.
Hit the corner. Talking about Hughes' double to the opposite field last night or yesterday, and Ron Gardner said he was more impressed with that than the home run because they think that Hughes, is a lot like Plouffe. They need to develop ability to pick up hits to the off field. Just off the plate, 2-2. You can flex your muscle and pull the ball and hit home runs as Hughes has done again here today. But if they're pitching you away, you need to be able to drive the ball to the opposite field too. 3-2. Orioles beat the Yankees 2-0. Second game coming up tonight. Runner goes and the pitch lifted to right center. Ordonez is coming in. And he makes the catch. 1 away. That'll bring up Repko. Repko called out on strikes in the 2nd, and then he bounced out to 3rd in the 4th. Tassone dives back. Sometimes it seems like the team season and the success of it can be determined by players that are picked up over the course of the season. Rare is the team that doesn't make a move or two that they think will get them over the top. And in getting Pauley, they think they've got a little bit of a stronger bullpen. Key acquisition was Pfister, who they think has helped stabilize their rotation for this very good month of August.
Pfister's done a good job. He's 3-1 since becoming a Tiger in 5 starts. Tall right-hander from the Seattle Mariner organization. Pauley has some major league experience. He came up with the Boston Red Sox also last couple years with the Mariners.
You can see Alex Burnett warmed up in the bullpen. He may get the 7th inning. 1-1 to Repko. Tassone takes off, and the pitch dumped down the right field line. That's going to find a spot. Tassone to 3rd. And the hit and run works with Repko lifting a little flare just barely out of the reach of Cabrera.
You know what? Tassone did a good job of running the bases right there, because when that ball was hit, he kind of knew where that ball was, and he didn't stop running. A lot of times a runner might stop to see if this ball is going to be caught, but Cabrera He's not going to get it, and Tassone just kept flying around second base and got over to third base. Look at Tassone right here. He knows where that ball is hit, and he hustles over to third. Good piece of base running and pretty good hitting right there by Repko on the hit and run.
Well, the Twins need Rivera to make contact and deliver a ball to the outfield here. Tassone runs pretty well. He's at third. And Repko runs well. He's at first. Making contact's been a problem for Rivera, who showed up here a little after 11 o'clock this morning. Found himself in the starting lineup. Brad Penny struck him out twice swinging.
Yeah, first time around, Rivera back in May and June, he had 72 at-bats. He struck out 21 times.
We've seen him, even with 2 strikes, really take a aggressive rip at the ball.
Doesn't get cheated.
High fly to deep right center field, and Ordonez with the catch, tagging from third is scoring, and I'm not sure that Rivera didn't miss a sign.
Yeah,
because Tassone.
Yeah.
And it's a sacrifice fly for Rivera, and I think Tassone thought the squeeze was on.
Yeah, because Tassone came running in and all of a sudden had to stop. And I think Rivera saying, I missed it, I'm sorry, but the Twins got away with this. Watch Tassone right here. He's coming in and all of a sudden sees Rivera swing. And thank goodness for the Twins, the ball's deep enough right there. Tassone can hustle back and tag up. So Rivera picks up his 5th RBI of the year and his first, of course, since getting called up.
Swing and a miss by Revere.
Charlie Manuel, many years ago, of course, the manager of the Phillies, came up with a poem at one time, and he said he was at third base and he was going to run in, and Harmon Killebrew was at the plate, and he thought the squeeze was on it. He kept running in. He said that the headlines would be that next day, Charlie Manuel, line drive, he's in left field because Harmon swung away.
1 strike to Revere. Rod Carew, 1969, the year he stole home so many times, he said there was one instance where Billy Martin put the steal on with Harmon at the plate, and Harmon didn't get the sign. Very same feeling would come over you if you're coming in on a steal of home, and Harmon swung away. 2 strikes. So the Twins get one of the runs back. It's a 3-run lead, and Repko still at first.
Yeah, Repko 6 stolen bases in 7 attempts at first base. Repko just activated off the disabled list yesterday, or a couple days ago. Left shoulder bursitis for Repko, put him on the DL.
Repko goes. Avila's throw. And it's a stolen base, with the shortstop Peralta arriving at the base about the same time the ball did.
And that throw going right into the sliding Repko.
Yeah, that ball didn't hit him in the head.
I don't know if Peralta got a piece of this or not, but the ball, you can see, rolls away. And Repko gets a stolen base, his 7th of the year in 8 attempts.
1-2 to Ben Revere. Has reached his last 2 times up. And that's outside. See if Revere can work the count full again, as he has the last 2 plate appearances. Call 3rd strike ends the inning, but the inning starts with a leadoff walk. The Twins work Tassone around and now lead by 3. by McDonald's. Try a strawberry banana or wild berry real fruit smoothie today. And by CenturyLink. Quest is now CenturyLink. Visit CenturyLink.com to learn more. Tigers got a couple in the top of the sixth. Twins got one back, still lead by 3. And now hand the ball over to Alex Burnett.
Alex Burnett worked in last night's ball game, or yesterday's ball game, 1 shutout inning, threw 14 pitches, 10 for strikes, a 1-2-3 ninth inning, making his 56th relief appearance. So Brian Dunsing worked the first 6 innings. He gave up 6 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned, with 3 walks and 4 strikeouts.
But if the Twins can hang on without getting the game tied up, Dunsing's the pitcher of record and get a win, his first in the month of August.
Yeah, I mentioned regain some of his sharpness. At times I saw him, really follow through, but then at other times he kind of let that ball up again. So a better start for Dunsing. Looking to end the month of August strong, hopefully with a victory.
Ramon Santiago takes ball 1 from Alex Burnett. Santiago with a pair of hits, including a 2-run single in the second inning. Tigers are going to send Carlos Guillen on a rehab assignment. They hope to have him back healthy. But in the meantime, Ryan Rayburn and Santiago will take over at second base. There's a strike, 2-1.
Santiago's been a good player for the Tigers. A utility type player, switch hitter. Not as much average wise from the left as he is from the right side of the plate. Couple hits as a right-hander, now as a left-handed hitter, hitting only .214.
2-2.
Wilson Betamete looks like he will pinch hit for Brendan Inge.
That's to center. Revere toward the gap, diving and coming up a little short. Santiago has his 3rd hit, a full-length dive by Ben Revere. And he just came up a little short. Might have knocked the wind out.
Well, every game this guy is diving somewhere. Almost made another fantastic catch. And a good job by Tassoni backing up this play. Revere dives for it, comes up a little short, and there's the left fielder Tassoni. Just out of his reach.
So, true to form, Burnett gives a leadoff single. The Tigers have had the leadoff man on in 6 of the 7 innings. Betamete takes up and away a ball 1. Inge had gone 0 for 2.
Betamete coming over from the Kansas City Royals on July 20th. He's hitting .370 as a left-handed hitter for the Tigers.
At the knees, 1-1. Perkins warming up in the Twins bullpen. 2-1. Dunsing got 3 ground ball double plays in his first 4 innings. Burnett would love to get one here. Betamete, though, has not bounced into a double play since coming over to the Tigers. First time for everything.
Yeah, maybe this is it. There it is. Good call.
2 down on the 7th.
Yeah, Brandon Inge hit into a double play in the second inning, and here that number 9 hitter, Wilson Betamete, pinch hitting for Brandon Inge. 6-4-3 double play. 4th double play for the Twins.
3 of them started by Plouffe on similar ground balls. Little underhand flips to the second baseman Hughes. So 2 gone on the 7th, and now Austin Jackson. Swing and a miss. Jackson with a walk, a fly ball, and a strikeout. 2 with a breaking pitch. Go! Inside, hit him. So he ran a fastball inside and got Jackson to send him to first base.
Yeah, head in the count, just tried to go hard in, and the ball too far inside. And the 6th hit batter by Alex Burnett on the season.
Fridays are the days to hopefully win a trip for 2 to Fort Myers. Ordonia is the hitter. Down low, ball 1. Stop by a participating Arby's. Pick up your Good Mood Food code card. Log on to foxsportsnorth.com. Click on the Fan Zone tab to enter. 1-0 to Ordonia. Bouncer to short. Plouffe has it. Oh, quick flip to second. They just barely got Jackson at second base. So a scoreless inning for Alex Burnett, and the Twins still lead by 3 runs, hoping to win the series and homestand finale. And now on this Sunday afternoon, we stay here at Target Field and bring you God Bless America.
Suburban Serenade Volume 1 will go to benefit Youth Frontiers.
All right, sing along, Minnesota. God bless America, land that I love, stand beside and guide through the night with the light from above, from the mountains to the prairies to the oceans, white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. Oh, God bless America, my home, sweet home.
And now it's time for the 7th inning stretch, brought to you by Medica.
Our military overseas, get home safe.
And Burnett pitched a scoreless top of the 7th inning. Gave up a leadoff single and later hit a batter.
Yeah, got the double play ball. So good inning for Alex Burnett.
Another beautiful day here at Target Field, year 2 of this ballpark. And since he's here today, we can offer our gesture of thanks to the governor who presided over the bill getting passed, eventually signed the bill into law, and so directly, indirectly, however you choose, was responsible for this really wonderful ballpark. I think despite the team's poor play here this year, it's confirmed what we all thought last year, and more importantly what other people thought too. This place very quickly has become one of the best, if not the best, ballparks in the country.
Yeah, we get so many other teams that come in and say, boy, this is a beautiful ballpark. They did it the right way. You know, as far as the team's success this season, what can you do with the amount of injuries that the Twins have had? You really can't do anything about that, so they move on. Now they become a spoiler.
Breaking ball that covers the inside corner. 1-2 to Plouffe.
I think fans know that.
And I think that's why, even though the team has not played well at all, specifically here at home, you're still, like today, getting over 39,000 who come here. The ballpark itself is worth the price of admission, even if the team's play hasn't been what we thought it would be.
There are a lot of fans that, this is their first ball game.
Yeah.
So.
Up the middle, and Plouffe continues to impress. His second hit of the ball game. What we've seen offensively, and I think defensively too, over the last week or so, some extended period of at least competent play, excellent play at times, and we never really have seen that from Tsuyoshi Nishioka this year.
Well, we mentioned before, Plouffe started the season in AAA, got called up, and then, when he got the opportunity to play short, it didn't really pan out. They sent him back down. They kind of cleared his mind a little bit, and I think since his return, he's kind of accepted that, hey, I belong here. Now I just have to produce.
Here's Morneau, and he takes a strike on the outside corner. Morneau with 2 line drive hits to left field. And now a third hit as he hooks one into right. Plouffe around second will gain third base on Ordonez, and the Twins have a threat here in the 7th with a pair of singles.
Boy, Justin needed a day like this. I mean, you remember his last 2 hits have been the other way, and here looked like a off-speed pitch, and he just pulls that ball. And Plouffe going from first to third. You can see hit by direction. When he starts hitting this way, I think you're going to see that average go up and hopefully finish the season strong, as Justin hopefully will be from here on out.
Tigers bring the infield in for Jason Kubel. And a little roller to the right side, and a run will come in. Kubel driving in his 3rd run of the afternoon with a slow bouncer to Santiago.
And on the play, Justin able to advance to second. This copyrighted telecast presented by the authority of the Minnesota Twins and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Minnesota Twins, LLC.
Runner at second for Valencia. He's 1 for 3. 11 hits for the Twins. 8 runs for the Twins. The Twins with a really tough time scoring runs for most of this homestand, and you look for signs that things will turn around. And even in defeat yesterday, 4 runs against Justin Verlander, and you thought, well, maybe that'll help the team turn the corner a little bit. And sure enough, they get 8 runs so far here today.
Well, the cycle that you go through, Twins really struggled April, May. They picked it up in June and July. August has been a disaster. 5-19 in the month of August. You have to roll with the ups and downs.
Prior to yesterday's game, the Twins had scored 5 runs total in the 6 games. All losses, of course. And now a dozen runs in the last 2 games. Curve missing inside. And it's 3-0.
The last win for the Twins came against the Yankees, a 9-4 win. Jay Burnett started that ball game for the Yankees against Liriano.
3-0. to Danny Valencia. And a walk will fill first base. Even at the start of this homestand, a long shot at best. But the Twins had taken 2 out of 3 from the Tigers. They were 10.5 games back. And if they had gone 8-2 on the homestand instead of, they hope now, 2-8, well, the complexion of things could have changed enough to have kept the games relevant in terms of a pennant race. But that the team, they hope now, will have a 2-8 homestand, has dropped them another 7 games back in the standings. 1-0. I beg your pardon, 2-9 with the makeup of the with the 2 4-game series and the 3-game series here against Detroit. I was just counting the games I did. I didn't count yesterday's game. One and one to Tassoni. To center. Jackson back. Morrow setting up for a tag, and he will try to advance. He was thrown out at second earlier, and he slides in safely at third. His spikes didn't dig into the dirt that time.
Well, good, better slide right there by Justin. But the ball hit deep enough where Justin could go back and tag up.
Okay, educators, there's something new for you at Target Field. Bring your class to Target Field for Learning Through Baseball, a new and exciting program designed to help kids grow in their learning of math, science, art, and more. Visit twinsbaseball.com or call 612-659-3877 for more information. Those are the kind of classes I think you and I would have liked growing up. Learning through baseball. Here's Luke Hughes. Ball one. Hughes with a 2-run home run in the 4th. The highlight of his day so far. He's also been in the middle of 3 double plays. This one hit hard to left field. Back and gone. Another home run for Luke Hughes. A 2-run home run, now a 3-run home run.
How about the last couple days for Luke Hughes against the Tigers? He drove in 3 runs yesterday of the 4 runs the Twins scored. And now 5 runs he's driven in here this afternoon. Fastball right there. Good solid swing. A line drive home run. And Hughes with his 6th home run of the year.
11-4.
First career 2-run home run game for Luke Hughes.
Swing and a miss by Repko. Repko with a single and a stolen base his last time up. Chopper to third. Betamita there at third base now. And he throws to Cabrera to end the inning. Another good inning for the Twins. They've had a 2-run inning, a 3-run inning, and now in the 7th, a 4-run inning.
all day to try teriyaki ostrich on a stick. Give it a taste.
It's delicious, Marnie.
It's delicious?
It is. Tastes nothing like chicken.
Dick and Bert, teriyaki ostrich on a stick does not taste like chicken.
I'll bet you it does taste good. I've had ostrich. Have you ever had ostrich?
No, I never have.
And and I love teriyaki, so why wouldn't it be good? Especially at the State Fair. Delman Young will lead off the 8th inning for the Tigers, and Glenn Perkins will pitch to him. Luke Hughes having quite a day.
Yeah, Perkins making his 56th relief appearance. He worked here a couple nights ago against the Tigers. 52 and 2/3 innings. Only 42 hits allowed for Perkins. He's allowed only 1 home run, 16 walks, 5 intentional with 58 strikeouts.
Popped up deep left field to Sony. Shading his eyes, makes the catch, 1 away. Back to our trivia question. The last Tiger manager to win a division title, remembering they were the wild card team in 06, the Hall of Famer Sparky Anderson.
Yeah, Sparky losing his life over the winter, and the Tigers wear the patch, the Sparky patch on their sleeve.
Now, you guys weren't given much of a chance at all of beating the Tigers because they were a really good team. They came out of a really tough division and beat the Blue Jays on the last weekend of the season. But, you know, the Metrodome became a factor. You guys won the first 2 games, kind of set the tone, and ended up winning 2 of the 3 games in Detroit. That's something I think people forget. You actually clinched in Detroit.
Yeah, then we came back here, and about 11 o'clock at night, there were 55,000 screaming people congratulating us and wishing us good luck in the World Series. And the 10th fan, unbelievable.
Nice stop by Hughes. Even in the field, he's having quite a day. Grand Casino story of the game other than Luke Hughes.
Well, they had their hitting shoes on here today. Jason Kubel got the offense going with a 2-run home run in the first inning. Luke Hughes in the 4th inning, a 2-run home run. And he said, that's nothing. I can hit a 3-run home run. And he did in the 7th inning.
That makes a nice play here for out number 2 in the 8th. Here's Victor Martinez. Ball 1. Not a good homestand by any means, but one win the Twins got against the Yankees was a lopsided score, 9-4. And comfortably in front here. It's been the games in between that have been a struggle.
That's grabbed by a fan to our right.
2-1 to Victor Martinez. Three and 1. This guy can hit. Second hit of the ball game. And again, the count in his favor, and he drives one to left field for a base hit.
Well, he looks for a fastball, and he got it and got Goodwood on it again. Well, Brian Dunsing started this ball game for the Twins. I said, you know what, he needed to regain his sharpness. And at times I thought he found his sharpness and he left some pitches up. He had a tough time getting that first hitter out of each inning, but he worked out of some situations. 6 innings for Dunsing, 4 runs allowed, 3 earned. He threw 93 pitches. He's looking, the Twins hold on and win this ball game, his 9th win of the year.
Here's Avila. I guess there's something to be said for a pitcher getting a confidence boost from being in trouble just about every inning, but getting out of trouble in most of those innings.
Well, you go down to the bullpen and you get loose for 15 minutes usually before the ball game, and you work out of the wind up probably, I'm going to guess 13 of the 15 minutes that you warm up, and you do a little bit of out of the stretch. Well, Brian Dunsing found that his whole start was basically out of his stretch. That first guy always got on, boom, back in the stretch. I hated pitching out of the stretch, but that's why I gave up so many home runs. I could get out of the stretch,
sure,
pitch in the windup.
Well, in Dunsing's case, he did today what Mark Burley's made a career out of. Get into trouble, but get some double plays, get a couple of strikeouts along the way. But it's the old cliche, when you get in trouble, take your foot off the gas pedal instead of trying to put it on heavier.
You know, as I told him when I walked in, I said, you know what, he was, I'm not pitching good and all that stuff. I said, hey, that's behind you. Go out there and bust your tail end. And, as I put in my scouting report, try to find and end August with a positive. And I think he did.
One and two. Just off the plate, which should be encouraging for Dunsing in some key at bats with right-handers up there. He was able to get some big outs, and he might be just the second Twin starter to pick up a win in a month. Swing and a miss. Perkins pitches a scoreless 8th inning, and the lead is still 7.
Try to finish out this homestand with a much-needed victory. We're going to talk about it with Mike Pomerantz and Tim Laudner on Twins Live, presented by CenturyLink, featuring the Toyota postgame wrap. We're going to talk about Brian Dunsing and how Dunsing delivers today. 6 strong innings. As you heard Bert a moment ago discussing outfield fundamentals is the instructional, again, Sunday Kids Day broadcast here on Fox Sports North. So we're going to talk about outfield fundamentals with a former catcher and pitcher, go figure. But it's going to be good instructional nonetheless. And also Operation Home Base continues from the Minnesota State Fair. Marnie Gellner standing by. She's got some more reports and some more fun stuff coming your way from the State Fair, just a couple miles away. And it's all coming up on Twins Live, presented by CenturyLink. Dick and Bert, how about that?
Very nice. Twins comfortably in front. Not many times Ron Gardenhire's been able to pace the dugout with a 7-run lead.
That's the second time this season the Twins have scored 10 or more runs here at Target Field. The other time you have to go back to April 23rd against the Cleveland Indians. Twins won that ball game 10-3.
Twins with 2 outs today, 4 for 10, couple of home runs, 6 runs batted in. And Rene Rivera will lead off the 8th inning against Dwayne Belo. Foul back, 1 strike.
And you see who's catching him, Avila. With only 1 catcher, even though this is a kind of a blowout game, he has to stay behind the plate.
Well, they're holding their breath for a couple more days. September 1st, they can call up a catcher, and the man deserves everybody's admiration for what he's done. Sharply hit, fielded on a hop by Peralta. And it's not just that he's done it, but I mean, he's excelled in the month of August. Even if there were 4 catchers on the roster, Jim Leyland would have a hard time taking him out of the lineup.
Well, this is a situation here, an 11-4 ball game. You'd like to give him a rest, you know.
Right.
But Brendan Edge, the other catcher, also Pat Kelly, who's now at first base. Excuse me, Don Kelly at first base, just back from his visit at home when his wife delivered their baby son. So congratulations to the Kelly family.
It's been not only a productive summer for the Tigers, but a reproductive summer. Miguel Cabrera got a day or 2 off last week because he was father for the 3rd time. Now a bouncer to second. Santiago has it 2 down. Well, there are 3 more days before the next off day, or put it another way, till September 1st. Tigers have 3 home games with Kansas City, and then presumably some sort of a break for Avila. 2 down in the 8th. Here's Trevor Plouffe. Plouffe with a couple of hits, a couple of runs scored, and a steady day in the field. There was a throwing error yesterday, but Ron Gardenhire said Plouffe just came into the dugout and beat himself up for it. And Gardy says, well, hey, that was the last throw. Just worry about the next one. The Twins feel, and more importantly, I guess Plouffe feels, he can hit up here because he's been exposed up here and has hit some home runs, gotten some hits. The question is, can he offer some stability at short, and within that, can he make the throws he's going to be asked to make?
Well, he definitely has a strong enough arm to do that.
Up, back, and out of play.
I think the question is about Nishioka. Does he have the arm strength to maintain through a whole season at shortstop? You know, that's one of your strongest arms on your ball club is that shortstop.
1-2 to Trevor Plouffe. 2-2. And a strikeout. And Bilo has a 1-2-3 bottom of the 8th. We'll head to the 9th with the Twins up by 7. Beautiful day here at Target Field. The last 2 homestands have not been good ones for the Twins, but it looks like they're going to finish each of those homestands with a win.
Yeah, 3 home runs hit by the Twins here this afternoon. Kubel, 2-run home run in the first. Luke Hughes, first time in his career he's had a 2-home run ball game. 5 runs driven in. Justin Morneau, good to see him get 3 hits, a couple to left field.
Johnny Peralta will lead things off against Jose Majares.
Majares coming in, making his 47th relief appearance. 40 innings. He's 26 walks, 2 intentional, with 22 strikeouts.
Driven to the right field corner. Chased by Repko. Playing the carom, and Peralta has a single on the first pitch from Majares. Played pretty well by Repko, who headed in the direction of the ball, obviously realized he wouldn't be able to catch it, and played the carom instead.
Yeah, jumped on that first fastball, and it's unlike Peralta to go hitless against the Twins.
Yeah, that's true.
He was going to get a hit somewhere today, but that's his first hit. 1 for 3 with a walk in the ball game now. And a good job by Repko playing the carom.
Keeping the double play in order. And on this Sunday afternoon, that's an important thing. The Twins have already turned 4 of them. Strike 1. Santiago's got 3 hits. Tigers only have 10. See if he can bounce into another ground ball double play. Weak swing, strike 2.
Good slider right there by Majares. One thing I've seen from Jose Majares about his last, I'm going to say 7 or 8 appearances, the fastball is getting a little more velocity on it. For a while there, we saw the fastball at 87, 88. Now I've seen over the last couple outings 91, 92 in that range. Going a lot of sliders, the good biting slider. Like that.
Foul tip. The bat still alive.
Earlier this year, Majares was on a disabled list with some elbow soreness.
Two strikes. And now a ball. Cleveland lost a tough one, 2-1 at home to Bruce Chen and the Royals. White Sox and Mariners are scoreless bottom of the 3rd at Safeco Field. Bouncer. Valencia with a nice pickup. And he can't get Santiago. Took him a while to get to his feet. Didn't have much of a chance of getting Santiago anyway. And the Tigers have runners at first and second with nobody out.
Yeah, Ramon Santiago with a 4-hit ball game. 2 as a left-handed hitter, and 3 as a left-handed hitter. A right-handed hitter, 1 as a left-handed hitter. Nice play by Danny right here. We can see right there, just couldn't get that left foot planted.
Wilson Benameat will hit with runners at first and second, nobody out. He hit into a double play his last time up. The first he had hit into as a member of the Tigers. So if there's one in there, maybe there's a second one. Bouncer, 2 strikes. Twins beat the Yankees once in the 4 games, lost all 4 to the Orioles, who now beaten the Yankees in the first 2 games of their series in Baltimore. 1-2.
Fastball right there at 92.
And now 2-2. Fox Tracks brought to you by Carrier. Majares in need of an out. Pitching to the 7, 8, and 9 batters. Got ahead of Benameat. And now it's 2-2. curve, foul back.
He let that slider up right there, and Betamik, good swing, but just fouled it off.
Another 2-2. He struck him out.
Good fastball there at 91.
So that's what you're talking about, where a few weeks ago the fastballs were 87, 88.
Yeah.
He's picked up some speed.
Yeah, I think, you know, he's just confident right there that, you know, his arm's feeling a little bit better. That elbow's feeling better. Good strikeout.
So one down, and here's Austin Jackson. Strike on the corner with a breaking pitch. The Brewers beat the Cubs again today, 3-2. If you like to watch October baseball, you may want to get to know your Brewers, because it looks like they're going to be there. 2 strikes to Austin Jackson. And another double play. And it ends the game and ends the homestand. A line to Morno. He tagged out Santiago. And the Twins saved some face with a convincing win over Detroit.
Good offense here this afternoon for the Minnesota Twins, highlighted by that man right there, Luke Hughes.
And Mike Pomerantz, the Twins, any team look good when they're able to hit 3 home runs with men on base.
Hey, you throw up 11 runs, you got to think you've got a chance, huh? The Twins pull it off today. They snap a 7-game losing streak, winning today 11-4. When we come back on the postgame show, we're going to hear from Luke Hughes. He had a big day with those 5 RBI. Brian Dunsing with a strong outing, and you'll hear from Ron Gardenhire.